good to all have you here for this special occasion. We're going to have a debate. Obviously, not with Lewis Hamilton, just to let you guys know. But it's good to see PJ and you, Jeff. Great to have you guys here. I'm glad you could make it. And everybody in YouTube land, you guys rock. Just waiting for Timmy or Bob or whatever his name is to show up. He's So yeah, just waiting for his email, and then we can get to the debate. I'm looking forward to it. Did you guys watch the premiere?
Yep.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it. Dude,
My God.
this guy's obnoxious. He's obnoxious.
But how's his giggling?
Oh my
And
goodness.
he's not very right.
He's not very bright now. But I mean,
No.
the reason for this debate is because he says he showed it to his friends, and over 200, apparently, he's got over 200 students. And he says, I embarrassed myself. They all laughed at me. I was like, okay. And
Students.
what you guys just watched, who's the one that should be embarrassed about things?
He was so confident about being so wrong. It's just funny what Zov said to him. Is something wrong with you mentally, man? That you're laughing like that? Because once he was laughing like an FTFE laugh, wasn't it?
Exactly. He's got that FTFE kind of giggle, but you see, it's that nervous. How do I
don't have an answer for it.
But this kind of laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he has no answer.
Yeah, nothing.
No, nothing.
Not.
But it was still fun though. That's why I had to hop on there. So shout out to Sov, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Sovereign Soul, his link is in the description in that video. Do go and subscribe to him. Definitely awesome stuff. Okay, so I'm still just waiting for him, then we can have the debate. Yeah, he's FTF's giggle buddy, exactly. But it's good to see you guys. Guys, please hit the like, share the show. Really do appreciate it. Do you think he's going to show up?
I'm wondering that. I know, I was wondering that. I thought he would have been here by now. And like, you put out something in community earlier, didn't you, to for him to get in contact with you, and he did that, didn't he? So
no, he emailed me straight away.
Yeah, but he came straight up with like, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing like none of this,
none of
that stipulations on his side.
Yeah. And he's in the UK, so he doesn't have an excuse on time. So
he's in the UK. Is he South African though?
He sounds South African.
Yeah,
but
he does.
Is in the UK because his accent sounds South African.
Different accent from yours, like, but he does sound South African.
He did tell Sov, no, he's in the UK, so he's your guys' time. So it's 9:20 by you guys.
9:20, yeah, on the dot. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not like he has an excuse to say, "Oh, it's too late" or something. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I see. Lev Kung Fu Shaolin's in. Good to see you, man. I actually started watching one of his videos today. He's got a channel, guys.
I started watching one. He was live the other day, and I can't remember what time it was, and I put it on and I fell asleep. I forgot to watch the rest of it when I woke up. I'll have to watch the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, do go and subscribe to Mr. Lev. It's really awesome.
I'll put his link.
If you guys are able to get his link and just stick it in, he's got some awesome stuff. And then also Jeff has started a channel. Hopefully his channel will get some more content.
I'm working on it.
So do you want to wait until you've got more content before you want people to subscribe?
Yeah. Just wait. I want to actually get my content and get it like nice and clean before I start having people look at it. So
exactly, but that's cool. I mean, I think he's got some awesome potential for what he wants to show there. That's for sure.
Yeah, did you get a chance to watch that our last His Word is Truth one, Flats?
Sorry?
Did you
Oh
get a
yeah,
chance to watch?
I watched it today, dude.
Yeah,
You know you can present, dude. I think you do really well.
you think?
We still got to try to figure out what was so choppy though.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's maybe just my system. It's maybe because my Ethernet port is a bit dodgy. So like if it gets knocked, it goes off. No, the internet comes off. So I might need to get an adapter because it's just the port. I think it's not there. There's nothing wrong with the cable. Now the port's always been a little bit dodgy since I got it. And if you knock the table or anything, it can go off the internet. But yeah, Vicky did say the video was choppy a bit. Maybe it's just I'm on a laptop. You know what I mean? It's 16 gig of RAM, but I don't know nothing about RAM and memory and all that. I ain't got a clue what it means. So maybe I need to.
It could even just be your.
I can give you a short, quick course.
yeah, you can. Well, you told me what was wrong with my mic the other day, and you were right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight away, I found it.
Yeah, I just gotta say exactly yourself. Yeah, he showed up as Liam on Jaren. He was Globe Lover Bob when he was Timothy. Now he's MercedesF1Fan. That's the thing. The guy doesn't really know. His email shows him as Bob. He came as Timothy on your channel, and then he showed up as MercedesF1Fan, and he, like you said, showed up as Liam. So I don't know what to think. What's his actual name? Just the fact that he's got so much different names tells me the guy is dishonest.
Yep.
Just that's one fact alone. He can't make up his mind what he's.
Oh, you guys. Everybody's beating me now. Everybody's better mods than I was.
But yeah, it's good to see, guys. And then Alan Nordstrand. And then I see Alan Nordstrand also in the house. Guys, do subscribe to Alan Nordstrand. And then subscribe to Solve's channel as well. It's good to see you guys. He's got identity crisis. I hope he shows up. I was so in the mood for this debate. Maybe he's chickening out.
Yeah, that's good to see you, Lev. Yeah, he's a little. I mean, that's 10 minutes late so far. So
maybe he can't stop giggling long enough. Maybe he can't stop giggling long enough to be able to click his mouse on the right spot in the computer.
Maybe he's stressing his ass off because it's funny for him because he chose the topic he wanted to discuss. Very specific. I don't know if you guys realize. Let's go see. He said, these are his words, guys. Let me quickly go to what it said. I just copied and pasted it. Gravity, Cavendish, whatever that's supposed to mean. Just what is two capital M's together, guys? Millimeters in capitals? I don't know.
No.
Make it mean so many things. Anyway, Newtonian gravity only, for some odd reason. Why only Newtonian gravity? Vertical lines, and then he puts in brackets, not plumb lines. But that's exactly what vertical lines are. And spherical triangle.
You said sounds interesting. You said sounds interesting. You're right, David Banner. How you doing? I thought you'd had enough of this clown. Now you've come back for more. It doesn't look like he's turned up so far, does it?
Yeah, we're still waiting for him.
Oh, is that what MM stands for? Is Michelson-Morley, I guess.
Michelson-Morley, probably. But if I put it in on the internet, it brings up.
He's gonna he thinks he's an expert on that now as well, eh? So.
Oh, I don't think he wants to do Michelson-Morley, dude.
No.
Because if I go on the internet, say MM, it gives me mostly millimeter.
I don't know. It could be Michelson-Morley because I think they think it proves that the Earth rotates and stuff like that.
It does opposite
of a bunch of garbage. I know, exactly. It doesn't prove that at all. It proves the exact opposite.
So,
I was thinking to myself, what would you guys think if, because the guys try and use the Michelson-Morley to say they pick up this drift or whatever, sometimes that it's the ether. How would you know it's not just Earth as a whole in itself that's moving on the water?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then again, it doesn't really stay consistent as well, and it doesn't ever pick up everything. That's why it's called the Michelson model. You can't give consistent results. Good news, at least tonight I got my shirt on.
Yeah.
Is it a bit cooler?
Yeah.
Is it a bit cooler
It's hot.
tonight?
It's hot, but not like last night.
Oh,
Last
it's
night
still
was
hot.
insane. Yeah, guys, still waiting. I did email him. Don't know when he's going to show up. If anybody is able to get hold of him, tell him to man up and show up.
Mm.
But it's
You
good
know,
to see everybody here.
If he doesn't show up, I mean, I don't know if you've got something planned if he doesn't show up, but
No,
if he doesn't, what about that video you put in earlier about God not being in the Bible?
that was insane. Did you watch that?
Oh gosh,
I watched a bit.
that was just what is
It was
up with this guy?
But I mean, okay,
Yeah.
the guy
Yeah.
that was presenting the video, though, you can hear it wasn't his view. He was just presenting what that guy's view is of the book.
Mm.
But damn, the statements made. Literally from the first statement
Yeah.
till the last one, it got more insane and more insane. I was thinking, dude, has this guy even looked at the Bible? Has he even opened a page? That's how bad it got. I thought this guy escaped from a mental institute. He ended up saying humans evolved because of the Elohim that stopped reproducing with us, and it's like aliens. The Elohim is aliens, and yeah. He says that's what the Bible teaches.
So God's now atomically like us now. He's built like us
his
now.
whole
He can
argument
do things
is
like that.
the Bible doesn't talk about God. And literally I can give a plethora of verses that specifically talks about God.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, it says the Elohim are aliens from other planets that made us, that reproduced with us because they saw Adam having sexual intercourse with animals.
Oh, wow.
To help us evolve to become humans.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense.
The guy is totally cuckoo. I'll probably do a special on that, I think, because I can go do a proper
you'll have to call
scriptural thing.
You'll have to call it special as well.
So
yeah.
It's insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, I want to watch the rest of it later.
Yeah.
Go sleep, but I want to watch it.
Yeah, if you guys just joined now, thanks for coming. I'm sorry, we're still waiting for him. For now, I'm going to put the restream in chat. Why? Because I want to open. There we go. If you guys want to join for now and chat until we get waiting for him, there is the thing. But yeah, it's crazy. It's hectic crazy, guys. I'll definitely be doing a special video on that because the thing said is yeah, I couldn't I don't know. It's when you just think things couldn't get dumber. And people look at that guy as he's like some kind of authority figure on talking about the Bible. But literally, if you look at the stuff he says, you think, has this guy even looked at what the Bible says?
Well, it's crazy.
It's like crazy. Has the guy even opened the Bible and looked at a word? Because it's totally no. Come on, Bob.
It doesn't talk about God. In the first four words are in the beginning, God.
His one argument is, if you take the Hebrew, it doesn't even say in the beginning. He says it says in the beginning of the story.
Oh, wow!
No.
Wow! Well, that is such a mad and elaborate story with prophecies that actually came true and prophecies that are still in the process and still partly done but not completed yet. It's somebody wrote a storybook that was quite accurate. Wow.
But it's no, the stuff said it's like really insane. Yeah, exactly, Joyce.
Thanks, baby.
There we go. There's one verse that's already debunked that whole thing. Exodus 3:14. In answer to Moses' question to God, who shall I say sent me? O gods, tell them, I am that I am sent you. There we go. Already debunking everything he said.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to do a special on that. And then Where's Wally brought the video out on the Luch special we had when we chatted with Where's Wally, with Luch, on the Coriolis and everything. I'm probably going to have to do a special on that as well. It's crazy. I don't know. The stuff coming out is really stupid. And now they got Rachy as well with another video now saying, all flat earthers, how could you tell us gas doesn't have weight when literally explaining again gas in containment?
The usual.
The usual nonsense.
It's so mad from her as well when she used to be in here and the people she's teamed up with, she didn't call them DAPs, but she called them the equivalent of what she says, like Phil Bell and all that. But yeah, now she's out there with them saying the exact same things that they said, the exact same things that she used to try and debunk.
I'm replying to this guy again I replied an email asking when's he coming. I'm replying to him on the community post and I don't know, where is this guy? Hey man, where are you? There we go. Reply to him. Guys, this is his channel. If you want to go and go to his channel, maybe just comment there and say, dudes, come on, where are you? Are you chickening out now?
What's going on now?
It wouldn't be the first time that people have ran away from debating me, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I'll just put it on his last video.
I was so hoping the guy would show up. Hopefully he does. Yeah, PJ, Sovereign says, I love your avatar, PJ.
Yeah, Michael made it. Michael's always getting photos of me and adapting them.
He does love doing the noodle hair thing.
He does love that.
I think it's awesome.
It's cool.
They must just make a Terminator version.
Yeah, well, that's mad. You should say that. Remember them photos I showed you when I was in rehab, when I was a bit thinner than that? I once had a jacket on in one of them photos and I got called the Terminator in it because it was one of them green ones from Terminator 1 sort of thing. And I was in the gym at the time, so I looked quite broad in that. So yeah, I got called the Terminator back then as well.
Terminator.
I got called quite a few things. Boy band man for one. Terminator for the next. Effing alien when I was in primary school. Yeah, so it's all these videos are Lewis Hamilton. Which video am I meant to comment on?
Yeah.
Any lives?
Lewis Hamilton.
He hasn't got any lives.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of confusing when people think I'm debating Lewis Hamilton or something. I don't know how the guy looks. Unfortunately, I have to use Lewis Hamilton's on his avatar, so I have to use that.
Right, that's the one I'm going to have to use then. The last one.
Hey, Mandela Effect, he says, yeah, we are given the chance to choose, so 10 Commandments does not go with choice. Yeah, 10 Commandments is given to us by God, but apparently God doesn't, there's no God in the Bible. So that's weird. How do you have 10 Commandments given by God if God wasn't giving them? That's really odd. No, it's stupid stuff. Oh, man. I don't know. We kind of have to maybe sit back and know the guy's not going to show up. Maybe we can look for something else to go through so long.
Hey, dude, we're waiting for you in Flatzoid. You aren't bottling it, are you? Are you? Sorry, I always do that. I read that one.
No stress.
Right.
But I see there's a lot
That's
of
on his first video. It's got no It's got no comments. I'm the first comment on it, so you should see it. You know what I mean?
Really
It's on
odd,
his
he's got
first
like
Lewis
70
Hamilton shot.
subscribers. He doesn't really have content, but he's got so many subscribers. That's also a bit dodgy because sometimes that tells you maybe he's just got a whole bunch of soccer accounts subscribed to the same channel.
Yeah, that's it.
But
that's it.
But I did I did subscribe to them. So one of them on me, but I just subscribed so I'm able to get hold of me easier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll not subscribe to him. But he's
I was also ready for debate. I was so looking forward to this. Maybe you guys have someone else that's willing to come debate if he's not showing up. Anybody here? Anybody here know of anybody that wants to debate? If this guy doesn't show up, I mean, we've still got time.
Wrong person.
But while we're doing this, while we're waiting for Mr. Chuff Nugget to show up, maybe we can do that that Where's Wally video. I think so. Let me just quickly get to where it's a bit where it starts off. But it's good to see you guys. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. Sorry, we're waiting for that guy. It's really sad that people make plans like this and then they don't show up.
I don't know, especially giving you stipulations in your community post about what you were talking about as well, you know?
Yeah.
And not turning up for it. Giving you stipulations that the parameters that you have to stay within the debate, but not even having the decency to turn up for it.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just wrong. If you can't make it, then just say, listen, yeah, sorry, I can't make it.
Of course.
But yeah, I think the guy is a charlatan.
Yeah.
For all you know, he might just be some fake dude that that's just trying to troll people. I mean, it could even be one of one of the anti-flat earthers sock account that he's just got a voice changer to sound that way. Could even be great.
Yeah.
With all the giggling.
I know. You giggle like a little, and it was exactly the same as FTFE's giggle. I wonder.
Yeah, it's insane. Okay. So yeah, so unfortunately, guys, we might have to change the title. So you want to do this so long while we wait?
Yeah.
And I just have to tell everybody, you see that logo in the bottom, Wolfpack. As soon as you see that, you know they're a pack of idiots. Okay. Just have to break that down to you. This is literally 21 minutes of a guy trying to think he's got an argument while literally showing he is a moron. Yeah. But anyway, sit back and enjoy.
And Flatzoid special, and I figured I could pick the eyes out of the various comical fails along the way. So here we go.
There's no such thing as Coriolis force for pilots, mate.
No.
Why wouldn't that be there?
There isn't. Like I said, the physics of flight is based upon a stationary Earth, which means no Coriolis, and a flat plane to keep a basic level altitude.
I don't really agree because the Coriolis force does affect the plane, albeit a little bit.
It can't.
Just slightly.
No.
It can't. Even if you had the Earth spinning underneath, it won't have any effect on the plane. Only the plane's destination, but the flight would do nothing to the dynamics of the plane. Remember, air is unbonded. The airplane's flying through the air, not attached to the ground. So it wouldn't have any significance on the airplane at all. The only difference it would have is where it lands up. There we go. So I'm going to quickly comment there. It's very simple. And by the way, hey, Ryan, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, hey, all right.
Okay, so what is the Coriolis effect? Well, it's very simple. It is an apparent deviation seen from the non-inertial reference frame. Okay? The aeroplane cannot have a non-deviation. You get it? So we can't account for having a non-deviation. It's not an actual deviation. The people that will experience...
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah?
Sorry, I'm just telling us. I thought you'd finished then. Also, I'm just telling Osimo that he hasn't turned up yet.
Yeah, sorry, guys, still waiting for him. So we're doing this special on the Luch special thing with Roy's Wally. So long while we're waiting, if he does show up. But it's good to see you all. Really appreciate everybody's support. Hit those likes, share the show. Really, really do appreciate the support, guys. Okay, so hey, Luch, good to see you. But like back to what you're saying with Coriolis. The only people that experience Coriolis would be the people on the rotating reference frame. So in other words, we standing on the ground, looking up at the airplane flying. That would be us experience Coriolis effect, because it would seem that the plane is having an apparent deviation. Okay? Not the plane itself having any form of... You can't account for an apparent deviation. It doesn't work that way. So I just had to point it out. But this gets insane.
What the only difference will be where the plane ends up. Well, that's comical. That's the whole point of Coriolis in the first place, Flatzoid. An uncorrected flight path is not going to get you where you want to go, but here's the thing. Coriolis is small, really small, like a 3 km/h crosswind, so it gets lost in the other directions along the way. But here you go,
And when I heard this first, I laughed. So much that I almost walked into a pole because I was listening to it. Coriolis, he says, is small, 3 kilometers crosswind. How do I make this clear, guys? Wind is not Coriolis.
Stupid.
Yes, it's very stupid.
Unbelievable.
And if anybody claims wind is Coriolis, they should go back to school.
That means the wind would always be in bloody one direction.
Do they know that when you're flying in an airplane, there is a thing called accounting for drift due to wind? And wind comes in all directions. Okay? Wind is not Coriolis. Wind is physically wind pushing on the plane, which puts it off course. Now, the thing which gets very funny, he uses Wolfie to show this correction of wind and wants to claim it's Coriolis deflection. Tell me how you're a moron without telling me you're a moron. Yes, Wolfie, I'm telling you straight out. The fact you think wind correction is Coriolis correction says you should lose your pilot license, literally, because you are then a danger to everybody on board, because you believe the Earth is rotating underneath you when you literally have to believe the Earth is not moving to become a pilot. It's part of flight dynamics. But anyway, let's watch this nonsense.
Let's just have a look at Wolfie's plane actually making these adjustments via the autopilot.
Okay, now for the money shot, as they say in the banking industry. I said banking industry. This is actual footage, by the way. Sorry about that, Danny. I feel your guts are squirming.
I want you guys to see. What does it say? Flight test use only.
It does.
And he's going to show you guys the elevator and the aileron movements. The aileron and the elevator is showing pitch and yaw. In other words, it's literally showing the plane going up and down and left to right, guys.
Yeah.
I wish I had an airplane. If I knew we were going to talk about this, I would have an airplane in front of me, an airplane toy. I might have to draw it out. But anyway, let him show this so quickly. Let me see if I can find one.
Squirming right about now, so you better sit down. You might faint when you understand what is about to be shown to you and the whole world. So here is the flight test data screen from WolfJet 1. First, the two values in the yellow circle are the positions of the two control surfaces. One does up and down, and one does left and right stuff. The two values in the red circle are what the plane is currently doing, the pitch and the roll, and that is measured by various sensors.
Not saying I know exactly how everything works.
Up in the top left, you'll see the current altitude that is measured. Now, if we watch, we see the two control surfaces adjusting under the control of the autopilot. Now, Wolfie has had the fish about an hour ago, so he's off napping. I hope he's napping right about now. The ailerons adjust the roll, and that will turn the plane slightly left or right. The elevators on the tailplane, they control the pitch or the nose up and down. So roll VT and let's have a look.
Why sodium fluoride is responsible for 75% of humanity being energetically manipulated.
Sorry about that. Okay, I can't find it.
I went to stop that advert then. I went to stop that advert then, forgetting it wasn't me.
Sorry, guys, I can't find the airplane. But I think I can explain. So he's explaining to you guys what's going on there, obviously. But I'll explain to you guys.
He put up a little diagram of a plane pitching and stuff like that.
With the aileron and stuff, how it's giving the pitch and the change. Yeah. But I'm just waiting for Wolfie's video thing to finish, and then I'm going to quickly explain it quickly.
Oh, look, the elevator decreased the angle slightly, and the nose of the plane dipped slightly.
See, because he's saying aileron, it's changing the dip slightly, and the angle of the plane changes. So because the angle of the plane changes, the nose dip changes. Yeah, this is called literally Bernoulli's principle, mate. You know, something like wind resistance. I still can't believe he thinks this is what. Also notice he doesn't point out to you guys the pitch trim.
Watch the altitude on the far left go from 44,940, and it starts creeping up to 44.
See, the roll is changing as well, guys.
950, and the elevators decrease from 1.2 to 1.1. Altitude goes back to 49,440, and the elevators return to 1.2 again. I wonder why they did that. You know, wind shear and earth curve are the two correct answers here, Danny. No. Similarly, if you watch the ailerons, you'll see them rolling the plane ever so lightly, and a roll makes the plane fly ever so slightly, not straight. So I wonder why it's doing that regularly too, Danny. Any ideas? Well, crosswind and Coriolis are the two answers.
Crosswind! There we go. He debunked himself by saying crosswind, guys.
Wow.
Does wind affect the plane? I wish I had. It's not difficult to understand. I'm going to just say the Scorpion car is let's put it this way. Let's say this is just an airplane, okay, just for Pete's sake. If wind is attributed to it, come on, let's say that side, okay? Remember, it's got wings. Or everything is at a certain angle, and the plane is trying to fly level. Remember, level is the nose pitched up, okay? Usually about 2 to 3 degrees, but anyway. It's flying level now, and the wind is pushing it this way. Now it has to account for that crosswind to try and get it back on course, because wind physically moves the plane. It physically moves it. So if it's moving the plane and it's going this way, it's going to change its elevation too. The nose is not going to point perfectly up or down like it's supposed to for level. It's going to change it because of the flight dynamics of something. How can I put this? If you have a force placed on a thing and it's off balance, what happens? It changes everything of it.
Yeah.
That is why the pitch and roll is accounting for crosswinds, not an apparent not effect by somebody in the inertial reference frame. You get it? First of all, the plane is in the non-inertial reference frame if you're claiming Earth is rotating. Everybody on Earth would be the ones seeing the apparent deviation, because Coriolis effect is an apparent deflection, not an actual deflection. And then when it comes to this thing that he's got on screen, I told you, it's just simply because of flight dynamics. The plane's physics requires you to fix it. And also, if he's claiming this is being fixed by crosswinds and Coriolis and Earth curve or whatever, and they're saying they're flying what? Straight. Remember, guys, they say they're flying straight when they fly great circle routes. This is telling you then, if you want to take it that way, you debunked your own argument, Wolfie. Then it shows maybe they are taking curved paths, like going around, like on an AE map, and not going a straight path as you claim. Yeah, think about it. Maybe it's like a car driving on a highway, and to you it looks like you're driving straight, but you're following a large curve. Think about that. Who asked me? Is that Hot Wheels car? My sons love it.
Yeah. I remember playing with Hot Wheels.
I don't know if you guys can guess what we had my son's birthday party for. It's just Hot Wheels. But yeah, there's so much wrong with this argument. They literally also, when they want to claim this, then they can't claim conservation of momentum of saying the atmos moves with the ground. So which one is it?
Yeah.
Do you have Velcro
exactly.
or don't you then?
Everything is a contradiction to them, and they think they explain it away with what they call word salad. They actually talk word salad, you know?
That's insane.
It's only word salad to them when they don't understand it, but what they chat is actual word salad, because the words that they're linking together does not explain anything that they're trying to explain, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. You will, and I still get people trying to claim Coriolis effect is a real thing. If you go to the equator, you know, that guy that throws the water in the bucket by Ecuador, you know that.
Yeah.
Do you guys know
Yeah.
that Mark Robber brought out a video a few days ago, which I actually want to do a video on, where he literally went there and he debunked the guy, literally showing the guy's a scammer.
There you go. That's what I mean, because theoretically, if that worked, you could get two people at the equator at the same time observing each other, going without water going in the opposite direction. You should be able to do that. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. But yeah, my whole point was, if Coriolis was a thing, it would change physically where the plane would land. And if you literally, you heard what they're saying, yeah, that's the point. So they are accounting now for Coriolis, as he puts it. So then you have to claim then that balloons, planes, helicopters, drones, skydivers, Wolves, in other words,
Yeah.
you know, what's the birds, all have to account
Yeah.
for Coriolis, which means no Velcroed Atmos. So he's literally thrown their argument in the dustbin too by claiming the reason we don't see any Coriolis effect because of conservation of momentum, he's thrown conservation of momentum out the window because he's saying they literally have to account for it. Last time I checked, the airplane, like I explained, doesn't do this. A hot air balloon. Has anybody seen Coriolis trying to account for Coriolis in a hot air balloon? Or how about a skydiver? Has a skydiver done this before? Or a bird? No. Sorry,
Crazy.
Wally. Just you alone bringing this up, you threw every single straw man argument you guys had down the toilet. And he's so proud of this. So every time someone's going to bring up the Coriolis for their globe, show them this video, please. Show them this and say, which one is it? And then laugh at their idiocy. It's the most epically self-debunk of the globe narrative that there is, what he's just shown there. And, yeah, Wolfie piloted this. Excuse the pun. It's insane. Yeah, guys, I still don't see any reply from that guy. I think he's chickened out.
Yeah, I was just checking my notifications
There's
to see
nothing.
if he'd said anything back in that call.
He's like
No,
45
nothing.
minutes late and no response. He's not responding to anything.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah, I
that.
don't know. It's just a troll.
So I think
He knew he was going to get slaughtered. I mean, he got slaughtered by Sovereign already. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
you
And
saw
all he
when I
could do
went
was
on
take
Socks
it.
there and we were chatting.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
What happened
Yeah.
to that poor guy? It's crazy. But it's good to see all you guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and snipers as well, Dr. Bass Ackwards. There's no such thing as Coriolis taking into account as sniping. I think Sov also does long-range shooting. And like I said, yeah, we have a lot of long-range shooting competitions here. I'm just waiting for a nice big competition sometime that I can go and interview the people, literally to show you guys. There's no such thing as Coriolis when taking to long-range shooting. They'll look at you like there's something wrong with you, like you have some kind of retard manifestation of demonic possessions or something when you ask them that. They'll literally look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? What's that?
If there was such thing as Coriolis and they accounted for it, then they're I mean, they're talented people to be able to hit a target at distance anyway. But with Coriolis, in effect, if it was real, then they'd be very, 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 very talented to be able to hit that target.
Yeah,
You know what
I mean, if you're a sniper and you're sitting there and people are storming you from another army and they're coming to kill you, you're not going to have time to sit there. Hang on, Stan. I just want to quickly work out my latitude, my longitude, or quickly work out how much deviation I should have, and quickly how. By the time you've even put out your book, they've already killed you. Nobody takes into account. It's utterly insane to think you do. It's insane.
I wonder how David did it with just slayed Goliath.
Yeah,
I wonder how he took that into
exactly.
account. Yeah, how did he do that with no aim in sight, anything?
Oh wow, it's insane. But it's good to see. Yeah, Gary. I don't know if you watched it now on the gauges. He's talking about the elevator and the ailerons, which literally is showing the plane physically having to adapt to the autopilot due to winds, cross winds. That's not Coriolis. And if he's claiming that, like I said, well, where's your Velcroed Atmos? Okay, let's carry on.
Answers here, BT Dubs. So there you have it, Danny. Challenge met in every way.
If you really think you've met the burden of proof for my $1 million challenge, walk your little ass down to the courthouse and sign your real name to the papers and sue me for it. I can't dare you enough.
Oh, and tap Danny, because he still owes me that $1 million, and I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay, I don't know what this $1 million thing is, but if I take in context what you just heard, even Wally's too dumb to understand that. I'm sure he said, walk to the courthouse and sign their actual name. Do you think Wes Wally had actually done that? I highly doubt he's gone to the courthouse and signed his actual name to claim his $1 million.
No.
How does he owe you $1 million if you haven't done that yet, Wally? I don't think he understands how stipulations work.
No.
And this is exactly why I say people like Wes Wally and the whole wolf pack are literally a gang of ignorant moron retards. I'm going to reiterate this. Wolf pack, you're a joke.
I could potentially believe it if it was like some people lying on a common motivation, but millions of people, it gets a little bit harder to believe.
Okay, let's take an analogy then. When you watch a space mission and they're all sitting there and they got all these computer screens in front of them, you got, for instance, a data analyst just sitting there and he's just looking at a graph. That's all he's looking at, and that graph is telling him what is happening. He's saying, okay, these are the temperatures of the boosters. This is how much fuel you still got. This is the speed you're going. This is you understand? That's he's just getting data. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To him, that's real data. Could
Yeah.
it just be simulation data? Like you have a program running that's just giving fake data.
He can see the thing, so it wouldn't be.
You never ever see the rockets in space. Never.
No.
Never see any rockets in space, hey? Oh.
No, you don't. Has anybody seen rockets in space before?
No. Nope.
Look what he's going to present now as rockets in space. And then laugh your ass off, please.
Oh boy. Flatzoid has Flatzoid 11, the Falcon Heavy launch from January 2023 again, I see. That is the one that Astronomy Live videoed the rocket and the boosters from launch to landing with no cuts. And I use that as a reference timeline to do a supercut with many other videos of that launch.
He literally showed us evidence it never went to space. How do you explain this to him? You don't see rockets in space, and you're literally showing us a rocket on Earth in different locations, not going to space. Literally makes our point. How do you rebut this? How much more plain can you be? On screen now, Wally, you showed a rocket that did not go to space.
Yep. Not unless space is in the sea.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Did he fall on his head as a baby, or does he hit his head a lot when he's at work, or does he get beaten up by someone? I don't know. Maybe it's medication.
Yeah, exactly, Alan. Pushing off of nothing.
Exactly. Also, yeah, based on that, I mean, why is it we can always explain to them, with a rocket taking off on Earth, there is first friction, then it has conservation of momentum when it reaches in the high altitude of low air pressure. It's got momentum. Yeah. They want to claim now they can demonstrate a rocket not having conservation of momentum, just physically from static taking off in a vacuum. Okay? But we have no actual demonstrations of this ever happening. When they do try and demonstrate it, it shows to be a complete failure.
Yep. The only movement you get is when it pushes off the container, off the sides.
Exactly. Again, guys, I don't think the guy's showing up, so I apologize. I really hoped he did. He would. It's sad. Please do hit the likes, though, see the show. But I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I think.
I dare say he would have tried to be an idiot in that, but it would have been nice for him to turn up.
I was so looking forward to
That's
this
just
debate.
another form of trolling.
Yeah, I was so looking forward for this debate. So yeah, I apologize, guys. I apologize for the guy being a coward, making a time with me and running away.
Yeah, that's it. I dare say it would have put moderating skills to the challenge. You know,
All he's giving.
It would have. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I appreciate
I'd find it hard to be
support.
unbiased against somebody like that. I'd find it hard to be unbiased against someone like that.
But I appreciate everybody's support, guys. You guys rock, man. But yeah, I think it would have been an obliteration of epic proportions for the poor guy. Because when I was on Sums talking to him, I wasn't even prepared. I was busy doing my exercises. Now I literally got citation and everything to back up what I want to talk about.
Hey, Moomin, don't even kid about that, dude.
Oh, no. Luch, and it looks like Luch and Sleeping Warrior is probably going to have Saturday debate together. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
At least Luch is man enough to show up. So yeah,
Luch
shout out to you, man. You have the balls to show up and actually debate, unlike this guy that can't make up his mind what his name even is. Tommy or Bob or Jim or whatever. So yeah. But let's carry on with Wally. Yeah, Wally's really keeping up with his name. Oh, and by the way, you're going to see how Wes Wally loves to misrepresent things like he usually does.
And if you haven't seen that supercut, do have a look. The link is in the description as always, and it's rather spectacular. Now, what is particularly great about this supercut is that all the videos are synchronized in time, so that you're seeing the rockets at exactly the same point in time in every video.
Yeah.
Like from Myrtle Beach, the rocket only appears above the horizon 94 seconds after launch.
Yeah, nice. And we've debunked the reason that it being Earth curve many, many times before. How many times do you have to explain? The reason for that delay is because you're looking far away from an angle. It's called foreshortening, mate. And lensing and refraction. It's literally optical. Things have limitations.
Alan says Lou does show up sometimes a bit too much.
Oh, wow.
That's true.
Roger, this guy that we got on screen is Wes Wally. He's a part of the Wolfpack gang, the gang that thinks they are some kind of elite kind of force against debunking the globe. But when you literally go look at their group, you can associate them with some delinquent, incompetent, misrepresenting troll group. It's the best way I can place them, because every time they bring something up like this, they think they got an argument. They literally do nothing but show they are incompetent to even understand the argument. Secondly, they usually debunk themselves in their own argument. And thirdly, everybody laughs at their idiotic arguments because they don't even understand how they contradict their own globe when they bring up their arguments. Yeah, it's more like the puppy pack. I think that's the best way to put it. Imagine a little chihuahua that only has gums and no teeth and trying to chew your toe. That's how I view the wolf pack, guys.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good analogy.
What?
Oh, it's cool.
What's their super chat? Oh, there is. Sorry, Roger, I didn't see it. Thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. It says crosswinds and wind shocks. Yeah, exactly. It's as simple as that.
Can't,
Crosswinds.
can't believe I missed.
I think that's very telling that nobody accounts for the Coriolis because it's an effect. You can't account for an effect. And if you're claiming to account for Coriolis effect and you're claiming it to change your destination, then you would have deviation, which we don't account. We don't see. Nothing accounts for it. So thank you very much, Roger. Very much appreciate your super chat. Sorry, I missed it. I didn't see it. Yeah, nobody's adjusting for it. RH, exactly. Let's go.
And yet, Astronomy Alive is videoing that rocket, and it's 23 kilometers up. That's Earth curve for you guys.
You see, guys, did he just show it in space, like he claimed? Did we see that rocket in space?
No, not at all.
And what was the argument? No one sees a rocket in space.
Yeah.
So he literally went against what he claimed, showing rockets do not go in space. Well done, Wally. You incompetent moron.
I go on holiday
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause. Yeah, where's Wally? He sticks his nose everywhere.
Yep. Then you say including satellite imagery. Nope. There's no such thing as satellite imagery from space. Nope. High altitude imagery, yes. High altitude imagery, yes, perfectly fine, because it keeps still to the natural law.
And there is Flatzoid lying about the ISS again.
Sorry, did I even bring up the ISS, guys? How do you lie about something you didn't bring up? I'm specifically talking about a satellite, am I not? Not some tin can falling around Earth.
Wow.
So that's me lying about the ISS, but wouldn't even talk about the ISS.
They're that used to lying about it. It just comes natural. It just came out before he even thought about it. Oh, he didn't actually say that. Oh, I'll say it anyway.
So we can
It's just that used to saying it.
So we can count that as a misrepresentation of what I said, first of all.
Yeah.
And we can count that as him projecting lies onto me. Now, yeah, Roger, how high is the ISS? It's said to be over 400 kilometers high, 406 or 402. They can't make up their mind. But it's around 400 kilometers, apparently. Can we clearly state that that is space? Or are we able to say that, first of all, how high is it to claim spaces? Now, the globe model wants to claim 60 kilometers space starts, because that's the common line, an arbitrary line. Who says that 400 kilometers is still not Earth's atmos? Oh, wait, the model has changed. Do you know they claim the moon is in Earth's atmosphere? Even on the globe model?
They do.
How far is the moon supposedly, according to the globe model?
About 249,000 miles away.
Yeah. So the ISS would not technically be in space then, even on their model.
Exactly.
Ouch, Wally.
Oh, they've got so many contradictions, it's unbelievable.
And this is what we got to contend with. Now, do I claim what the ISS is, or where it is, or how it's moving? No, I don't. One thing I can tell you, it's not in space because it violates natural law. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, we know that it's there, and it's 420 kilometers up, and we can measure it. And
No, you can't measure it. You calculate it. This is also one thing I want to point out. Calculations and measurements are two different things.
I've never seen a tape measure that's 420 kilometers long. That's for sure.
I mean, how the hell can you claim a calculation is a measurement and pass grade 4? I literally learned the difference in primary school. You would get a fail if you told the teacher, yes, a calculation is a measurement. I would probably get sent to the naughty corner.
Yeah, that's like saying counting is reading.
So yeah, that's really idiotic. Shifty Eyes brings up a good point. You can barely see a car.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you had to take the angular size of the ISS and how high it supposedly is, actually, let's do that. I'm going to stop sharing quickly. ISS spec. How big is the ISS? Let's put it that way. I want to share screen because just now was one say, "Oh, you didn't actually share the screen. You're dishonest." 357 feet, guys. Let's see in images. There we go. A football field. Okay. You guys can see it on screen. A football field.
I can't see it. Yeah.
There we go. Now
you got to press the little toggle. You got to press the little toggle. Is that what you forgot to do?
Yeah. I still got to get.
I do it. I do it with Restream as well. That's why my first video you didn't see the scripture on the background because I forgot to. I shared, but I didn't do the toggle.
But anyway, this is a football field. Okay. How far do you have to be before you don't see a football field anymore? I can tell you I don't have to be 400 kilometers away before I see a football field anymore because the angular size has got too small.
Yeah.
I can tell you I've been to soccer stadiums and I've gone maybe 100 kilometers max, even 50, and I don't see that stadium anymore.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Now they want you to believe you can see a tin can over 420 kilometers away.
Yeah.
In a low pressure system. And this tin can is made out of aluminium that people are able to fix holes with their finger or bubble gum or duct tape.
Orbiting the Earth at 17,500 miles an hour.
And all this while it's falling around the Earth.
Yeah.
At 17,000 miles an hour. Wow.
Mental, eh? Continually falling forever. Just continually falling. Perpetually.
Angular size calculator.
And never landing.
Wonder if I can stop sharing. I wonder why, I wonder how. Yesterday's living with a blue sky. Close.
Plugging holes with a finger. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they do. Plug leaks with fingers.
Yeah. I got a question for you guys. What would happen if you stick your finger? Let's, for instance, if you guys have ever done this as a child, you take a straw and you suck the air out and you put your finger against it.
Yeah.
Long enough. What happens to the blood vessels in your finger?
Exactly. It gets drawn to the front. I've given myself love bites on my lips with bottles.
There we go. Now, that is just a little small, tiny bit of vacuum. What do you think will happen to 10 to the minus 17 Torr vacuum if you stuck your finger in that hole?
It won't be just a love bite.
And also notice that they claim you would freeze up at that altitude because it's just too cold. You don't have any heat actually through to your body. How bad would it be for your finger to get that extreme cold and that extreme negative pressure as your blood is literally trying to boil out of your skin to fill that space, as the oxygen is trying to degas out of your system?
It's not going to be very comfortable, is it?
Now let's take it to toothpaste or to duct tape to try and heal that hole. Has anybody tried to take duct tape and see how long it would actually seal a hole of something with a vacuum? For a while, it might work, but notice a vacuum cleaner, for instance, doesn't make a vacuum close to 17 to the minus 10 to the minus 17 torr as a spaced vacuum does. Heck, look at the Sandusky, Ohio vacuum chamber. They can't even get close to it, and it's literally reinforced with a whole bunch of concrete and steel and everything, and they still can't get it right. Because even the air is trying to seep through the concrete at that level.
Cool. Of course. That's to
just
try and
too much.
equalize somehow. It's got to try and equalize,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
And now you get their, how can I put it, trying to sound clever argument. Yes, but the pressure inside the ISS is at low variety. So it's not really a great difference between the outside. Okay, let's say you've closed that hole. The barrier of your finger and you inside is two different things now. It's literally in 10 to the minus 17 torr. Your finger is that barrier. Stick your hand in the vacuum chamber and tell me what happens, please.
Not nice.
Oh, wait, someone already tried that. And they couldn't withstand putting their arm in there, like, I think, longer than a few seconds. Because it's literally their blood is trying to escape their body.
I can imagine the uncomfortableness, how it would start. Couldn't imagine how it would end up. Wow, it'd be awful.
That's insane. Okay. Let's get the angle, the ISS. Okay, so it is 357 feet. How does this one work? Okay, what do you want to solve for? Should we say size? Oh no, we want the angle, correct? So distance is, we're going to have to do it in kilometers or we're going to do it in meters.
Sovereign says that's how you give a hickey. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier on, Sovereign, that I used to give myself love bites on my lips with just sucking a bottle. You know what I mean? That's exactly how you give hickeys.
Okay, we're going to do it in kilometers. Oh no, we can't. Let's do it in meters. Okay, I'm just going to quickly get it on screen. Distance, the size is 357 feet. Meters is 108. Okay. Calculate. 0.014. What is the maximum we're able to see? Let's see, what's the smallest angular size that you can see? I think it's 0.003 radians. So what's the tiniest you measure a human eye can see with the naked eye? About 0.003 radians. That would be 1 minute of arc, or 1/60th of a degree. Okay, so 1/60th of a degree, guys.
Wow.
0.014. So that's literally a speck. That's a dot. So the ISS would literally not even be a dot. It would be like a speck of dust. How big is this what it's showing on screen? Let me get back
exactly.
there.
You can make out the shape of it and everything.
Now, this is the ISS apparently, guys. Look how big that is. Does that look like a speck of dust to you?
You're not sharing.
Oh, really? What is going on? Okay, there we go. Does that look like a speck of dust to you guys? Let's just
One night, way back in June
It looks like it's as big
That
as
was
this
big.
planet
Yeah,
currently.
yeah, exactly.
So the angular size doesn't even fit correctly to what they're claiming. Hey, this is a family show. Really? Is it? No. I got my shirt on, so I guess so. But it's good to see you all here, guys. I really want to apologize again for my interlocutor not showing up. What can I do? I did invite him. He did say yes. Messaged him, worked out a time, and he chickened out.
Yeah.
Like they do.
He seems like he's an honorable guy, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, not.
Jeff Concord, it's not a family show when I'm here. Yeah. But anyway, let's go on with the actual argument. First of all, again, I never said anything about the ISS, so it's a total misrepresentation. I'm specifically talking about high altitude imagery based on satellites, not your claim of a man-powered tin can that violates natural law that can still be in Earth's atmosphere in the first place. So.
2023, and a link to that video is in the description.
This AI tool will take your
AI
idea
tools,
and
okay.
create a complete book, complete with design.
AI's all over. You guys realize it's kind of taking all over everywhere?
What's that, sorry?
They're pushing AI more and more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the alien thing's been spoken about a lot more.
Definitely. Okay.
And good friend Astronomy Live records and tracks the ISS passing overhead, so we know that it is a man-made object up there.
Wow, great. Tell us the obvious, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're not claiming that tin can up there or whatever that is not being seen. We're claiming it's not in the violation of natural law called space. You guys are claiming that. Get it?
Exactly.
So naturally, there will be images from cameras mounted on that man-made object. And guess what shape of the Earth is when we...
Oh, wow. Look at that correlation. Brilliant correlation, that, isn't it?
How many times has this been debunked? How many times has this been debunked?
Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
I mean, this has been shown so many times. That's not... I don't know how to put this. It's fake.
Yeah.
Literally have footage where the Earth curve changes shape.
Yeah. And you
have footage where they're literally showing layerings and where it shows no curve and then all of a sudden, boop, there it is again. A frame that makes Earth disappear altogether.
Is that cloud over a quarter of the Earth at the same time, is it?
You know, there's definitely things like satelloons and whatever, and they take high altitude imagery, as I said, okay? You can have real-time high altitude imagery of clouds and so forth and everything. And it's literally possible to have that data come to your beloved so-called ISS to render it, render over your supposed globe. Also note that even Neil deGrasse Tyson says at that altitude you shouldn't really see the curve of Earth.
He said it'd be like, what is it, like being 2 millimeters above a basketball?
Of this beach ball, that stuff is flat. Exactly. But it's amazing. I love this when they show this stuff because it's literally them conceding they don't have the cognitive abilities to understand things are faked.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We look back
it's called being gullible and having blind faith.
Those cameras. Tis globe.
When I go on holiday. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause. Yeah, where's Wally? He sticks his nose everywhere. I think you've also seen that, Michael. Where's Wally?
Yeah.
He's just...
Yes, and he does stick his nose everywhere. You know why that is, guys? Because he tries to get people's attention so he can have content. Well, this time it worked. The only reason he got it is because a globe opponent that's supposed to debate me hasn't showed up. He chickened out. And I just thought, let's get through this and show what an idiot is. Well, I can't put this. and show what an idiotic argument you present and think you actually have something.
It's everywhere. He's trying his uttermost best to stick his nose in everything and just, I don't know, claim victory with everything. But the guy's such an idiot.
Yeah, I ain't got.
His name's really apt, isn't it? It's apt for him. And it's appropriate for him.
Okay.
And we want to circumnavigate this. Ooh, circumnavigation. Love it. Speaking of circumnavigation, where's Wally was so confident today in Discord. You know, saying, oh, no, they went north and stuff. And then I was like, and I quickly drew it out for him like in 2 seconds. Maybe I can quickly bring it up. He ended up just saying bye and then left. I actually got Where's Wally to stop arguing, which is really odd because usually the guy doesn't know when to stop.
Do you know earlier on your premiere that when you came on with Sovereign to talk to that Timmy, what platform was you using? Was it Discord?
StreamYard.
Was it StreamYard? Because I haven't seen that avatar in ages. That avatar you were using in that.
Yeah, that's StreamYard.
What the one you were in with Sovereign, with talking to that Timmy?
Yeah. Look, that avatar is still my Google account avatar.
Oh, how come we don't see
one
it on
Mitchell
here?
from Australia made for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was going to say I haven't seen that footage because on here it's totally different. It doesn't show that one. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Still...
Or did you choose? Did you put that on? Did you have to physically put that on, or is that just automatic?
Yeah, I had to put it on. It's still my.
Got you. Because I was thinking, I haven't seen that since the old videos. I was like, that's his old avatar. So I was thinking, how old's this video? Then I thought, it's only about a month old, isn't it? Yeah. When you were old Flatzoid FE.
Yeah, it's still my original. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, and it doesn't show there. But anyway, it's my avatar on Google Self.
Right.
Okay, this is what's going on with the circumnavigation on Discord today. This is what he puts up. He says, you can't believe you got East wrong. Remember, because you were saying, okay, but before we do this, yeah, I think we're going to get out of context. Let's just stop sharing and then share again, and then we'll wait till it gets to, and then I'll show you guys. Oh, wow. Okay. By the way, guys, thank you all for coming. Hit the like, share the show. It really, really is appreciated. You guys rock. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to travel this way around.
Yeah, that's not what
we
that's
just
doing.
Circumnavigate. We just circumnavigated.
That's not what they're doing.
That's exactly what's happening. I'm making a point. You can circumnavigate on a flat Earth too. Okay, now let's take, for instance, your globe. This is why your globe has an issue. Okay.
Circumnavigation? Oh, this will be great. One more orbit for $500, please.
The only way you're going to validate for a globe Earth is if they do north to south circumnavigation, but that's never ever been done. You get people that claiming
why north to south? Why not east to west?
Because we can do that on a flat Earth too. We can do it on a pineapple Earth. So if you want to claim it's a globe, travel north to south then.
Okay, this has been done many times, so just stop lying, Flatzoid.
Let's put it this way. If you want to... That's his rebuttal. This has been done many times, so stop lying, Flatzoid. Literally 2 seconds before this, I said many people have claimed this. Have I not?
Yeah, you did. You did.
So how am I lying exactly?
You have to claim you're lying.
Yeah. How am I lying exactly when I say many people have claimed to do this? And when you actually look at the paths they take, it's not what they claim.
It's not.
But yeah, let's carry on. To prove it's a globe, Lou, would you agree that it would be impossible on a flat Earth to do circumnavigation south to north to south? Okay, Luch, you see, I got the Gleason's map on. So you would agree that if they had to circumnavigate north to south, it would be impossible because they won't come out by the other side.
Yes.
Okay. So why is it every time someone does circumnavigation, they travel like this, like that, like that,
Because
and then they
land
finally
masses are
meet
in the
up
way.
again?
Oh, what a grade A porky pie there, Flatzoid. One more orbit flies like this, just as you requested.
Go back quickly. Can anybody look at this and tell me what the issue is here? How about here at the bottom when Antarctica is?
Antarctica, yeah.
Is it going north to south or is it going east to west?
Well, they want you to think it's going north to south. But it's what's called
really odd.
misdirection. That's what magicians do. You know what I mean? Look at this. Well, I'm actually doing this. You know what I mean?
Really odd stuff.
There, Flatzoid. One more orbit flies like this, just as you requested. And now what have you got? More denial and nuh-uh, I guess.
You know what was odd? Thank you very much for your super chat, Roger. Really appreciate it. That's a good one. I think it was Global 1 or something.
Not Global 1. One more orbit. Oh, he can't even get the name of the plane right, so...
So that's his argument. I couldn't remember the actual name of the plane.
The petty arguments, you know what I mean? Because you don't remember the name of something. That's it.
Semantics, in other words.
Yeah.
As soon as a person brings up semantics for an argument, you know they don't actually have an argument. Sorry.
Excuses.
Exactly, Ryan. It's just excuses. Just because I said one globe instead of one more orbit, that now makes my argument wrong. Well, can I then put the same argument against with his Coriolis? He doesn't know what Coriolis is. Therefore, everything he presented showed him to be ignorant and doesn't have a foot to stand on anything. No, I didn't do that. You know what I did? I took his, okay, this is your claim. Let me explain you what Coriolis actually is and how your claims debunk the actual claim of Coriolis in the first instance. And literally based on flight dynamics, you've thrown your globe in a dustbin. Yeah. No, just not remembering a name doesn't make my argument invalid. It's literally just not remembering a name. But yeah, let's carry on.
We are really in for some cracker misrememberings about this one now, aren't we?
I think it was like a few years ago where they had the pilots doing a polar circumnavigation, as they said. But if you look at their flight logs and you look at everything, they didn't circumnavigate north to south. Nope. They went to Antarctica and turned around.
Turned around?
Yep. Just like you showed on screen now. What he's got on screen literally now, guys, he thinks he's showing them go through Antarctica, literally. Oh, boy. What happens if you show Antarctica now as an ice wall, guys? They're doing what we're saying, following the ice wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean
so they came in from the west. Well, let's take that. Let's put it. You can put this two ways. You can take South America as the reference to say, okay, they're traveling north or south. That's fine. Okay. Let's say they're traveling south straight. They get to the North Pole. Why didn't they carry on going south?
Yeah.
Why did they deviate to east? Northeast, in other words.
Because it's too cold.
Oh, no, because they're not going through Antarctica. They're changing direction. You incompetent fool.
They had to because it's freezing. It's so cold. And they haven't got equipment that they can keep them alive in that temperature's flats. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever been there. Nobody's ever stayed alive there. You know what I mean? Nobody's got equipment to survive in them temperatures.
But you understand what he's saying? Look,
Yeah,
he's literally got on screen debunking his own claim again.
Yeah.
Literally on screen.
Yeah.
Flew south for 9 hours until they were right over the South Pole. Then they were suddenly flying north again. They turned 52 degrees to jump from one polar great circle to another polar great circle.
So they didn't do polar circumnavigation. They changed direction. His own words, they changed direction.
Yeah, exactly. Alan,
Debunked himself again.
how do you change direction in space? You've got to flap your hands really, 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 really quickly.
It's insane. I can't believe they present this and they think they got something.
I know, it's mad.
Is the guy high on acid or something?
Sounds like it.
You know what, Wally, if you need money for glasses, let us know. We'll probably make a GoFundMe. We'll set up a GoFundMe for Wally's glasses. Because he might need glasses if he doesn't understand that's not doing what we're saying they should be doing. Or maybe he's just too dumb to understand. Changing direction debunks your claim.
Completely.
And here is the airport codes and the times for every leg along the flight.
Yeah, we watched it live. Notice that there you can literally see them changing direction. Well done.
Oh, and I was lucky enough to be able to get some still images of the night sky from the ground as the plane flew over in the dark.
Debunking himself on screen again, showing they actually take a physical curved path away. They're literally changing direction.
Wow, unbelievable. Wow. Does he think that's a straight line, does he?
Oh, wow. How do we make this simple to understand? I don't know.
There are no straight lines on a globe, dude.
No. Yeah, Kayla, that's Wolfie's silly ass.
Hey, Kayla. Yeah, this is part of the Wolfpack, Wally. But yeah, they do work together hand in hand with this. But I'm going to show you now what we had in Discord today as well. It's insane.
Its nav lights were easily seen, and we know this image was taken at the pole. Flatzoid, you should be able to confirm this.
Yeah, taken at the pole, showing they changed direction, literally making our point. You incompetent moron, as I said.
How do you...
And that's not an add-on because it's fact. I'm able to substantiate that you're an incompetent moron because on screen you're debunking your own argument and validating mine by changing direction. So therefore it makes you an incompetent moron. So not an add-on, a statement of fact.
Yeah.
You find the South Pole from the Southern Cross. And look where that puts the South Celestial Pole, by the way, mate. That image in its own right is proof of the globe.
No, it's not. This is another thing that globers don't get. Location gives you your observation. Do I have to make that any more clear, guys?
You shouldn't.
If I stand on one side of the road, looking at the one observation will look different if I go to the other side of the road. Same observation, different location.
The SCP at the zenith, you're going to need a globe for that.
No,
Something just doesn't look right here.
Sir Ranulph Fiennes and Charles Burton. Charles Burton, you think navigated north to south?
Didn't he?
Nope. Oh, let's look at their circumnavigation. Pole to pole. Okay, let's go.
What needs to be done, they have to travel from the North Pole to the South Pole in dead reckon 0 degrees.
Exactly.
And come back to the North Pole.
Yeah,
Dead reckon 0 degrees. I mean, that's not difficult to understand.
No.
Jeff said it out straight multiple times.
Yep.
Okay. Look what's happening, guys.
Yeah.
This is all the time, no matter what, which is exactly what I'm saying.
And now just watch as Flatzoid totally fails at maps and directions.
Look at that. Okay. You heard this?
Oh,
Flatzoid totally fails at maps and directions. They get to Antarctica there. And which way is he going? East.
Did Flatzoid just say east?
East. Why is he not carrying on south and end up coming back north?
Why indeed, Flatzoid. You have been struggling with 3D maps for a long time.
3D maps.
Huh. 3D maps. What's a 3D map?
3D maps. Exactly. A map is a two-dimensional grid system. What we got on screen now, is that three-dimensional, guys? Or is that two-dimensional?
Two-dimensional to me.
A map is 2D, Wally. Oh. Okay. Let me quickly stop sharing the screen and get to what I wanted to present on Discord quickly. Where's my Discord now? Why is it not showing up? Oh, it's got to show like this. Discord. There we go. Hi. Let's share the screen. Okay, you can see on screen now?
Yeah.
This is like literally basic fundamental stuff. Okay, this is him. I can't believe you got east wrong. I said, explain what? He was literally lying because, yeah, there was misrepresenting me and blah, blah. He says that's north, not east.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, then he keeps showing this nonsense. You know what he's got on screen now? Obviously, if you're in the middle of Antarctica on your globe, any part away is north. But they don't use the reference of where Africa is. Africa would be the reference from traveling south, correct? Because on the globe, you're traveling south away from Africa. So in other words, you're coming through that way.
Yeah.
You would be going through that way.
Yeah, just being dishonest completely.
So now all directions is north, guys. So now apparently that's not east anymore. Fine. Let's carry on. So, just me going on and back and forth with some idiots the whole time. And I said I'll draw it out for him. Green line shows going north, south and north, correct? That green line. Because where did they come from? Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah.
And they traveled straight to Antarctica, okay? To the North Pole, to the South Pole. Are they not supposed to stop in by the South Pole? Fine. Keep your plane in the direction you just landed and take off again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What did they do? What's that red line showing there? That's the route they took. That would be east. They traveled northeast. Because what? Australia is on the east. New Zealand is on the east.
He is an simpleton, isn't he?
He's an idiot. So tell me again how I lied and got things wrong, that I can't read 3D maps, which maps are two-dimensional.
I can't read 3D maps either.
Yeah, because they don't exist. Maps are two-dimensional. Look, the only thing that they claim is three-dimensional maps is topographical maps, which you can feel the undulations and stuff. Like they got a flat surface map, which is two-dimensional still, and then they got the continents and mountains and stuff embossed outwards.
But are they to scale, the mountains and that?
To what they believe it to be, but it's just to give a 3D representation of the topographical shape of that continent or whatever. The map itself is still two-dimensional.
Yeah, of course.
And by the way, that means that's still actually a great representation of a flat Earth.
Yeah, I was going to say Level Observer showed one about a year ago of Great Britain, and it looked pretty cool. Yeah, that's the only one I've seen, one of Great Britain, one of them topographical maps.
But I mean,
Pretty good.
that gives a great representation of Flat Earther.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it explains it actually perfectly.
Yeah.
The base is flat. Then
Yeah.
you've got topography on the plane.
Yeah.
So a topographical two-dimensional map shows it flat with topography on it for the bevtards that don't understand this. So yeah, I didn't miss any super chats or anything, did I?
I don't think so. I'll have a quick look, but I don't think so.
But yeah, appreciate everybody's support. You guys rock.
And,
Please hit the
no,
like, share the show.
Yeah.
Really
No, you already
appreciate it.
said
Sorry.
it, Roger.
Yeah. Just Roger. Roger, you rock, man. Where's Arwen? I have no idea where the elf is. I know he got demonetized.
Yeah.
So,
You did hear that.
okay. So let's carry on with this really bad misrepresentation that the guy literally projects his ignorance onto me. So yes, Wally, they traveled east.
Haven't you, mate?
Hi, advertense.
This project.
Okay, so why can't it fly high and do a circumnavigation north to south, exactly 0 degrees?
Fly over Antarctica at cruising altitude, hey? Right over 90 south, the South Pole proper? Well, that's exactly what One More orbit did. And as I said before, I have images to prove that they did it as well.
Yeah, no one claimed they didn't fly to the South Pole. Planes fly to the South Pole, but then they leave, not going straight through 0 degrees like we claim they should, because they travel northeast, which you claim they don't, literally showing they do. Not hard to understand.
Something just doesn't look right here.
There's no point.
Why even your beloved ISS doesn't cross through Antarctica?
The ISS is an orbital inclination of 51.6 degrees, so the maximum north or south is the 51.6 degrees latitude. Now, 51.6 is not just some random number, there is a very good reason for it.
Note what he's got on screen now is CGI.
Yeah. Nice cartoon though, isn't it? Lovely cartoon.
This is supposed to be actual ISS footage, and it was debunked, even showing the glitching out of the aurora.
Isn't this the one where the Roadrunner gets mashed up with Acme dynamite and stuff?
I don't know. But, oh, man. I don't know how hard it is for this guy to understand this.
When you launch into orbit, you have by default the orbital inclination equal to the latitude of the surface where you launched. 51.6 was chosen by...
So he's literally validating my argument without understanding. I said, why do you think that even the ISS doesn't go over Antarctica? So he's literally validating my argument by trying to explain, yeah, it takes this orbital path. So not going over Antarctica then. So making my point then.
by Russia and America to suit the Russian launches. America launches to the ISS at 33.
Yeah, to suit the Russian launches. I thought Russia and America are kind of against each other, guys. Isn't that the last I heard? Why do they always work together when it comes to Antarctica or space?
Isn't it mad?
But they're more than willing to go at war and kill thousands of people with each other for disagreements. Really odd stuff. But no, people don't work together.
No, it's almost like it's orchestrated, but we know better. Of course, they wouldn't do things like that. They wouldn't collab together and deceive people. Of course, they wouldn't do that, Flats.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh, we want to try and get this video done. Oh man, it's already almost 1 o'clock. I have to go sleep. What the hell?
Degrees, and so they have to spend a fair bit of fuel adjusting the inclination of the orbit to match that of the ISS. There are polar orbits of satellites that do pass over Antarctica, Heaps of them, in fact. In fact, all of them. Anything that is a polar orbit must, by its very definition, pass over both poles.
And where exactly are they passing by Antarctica, guys? Just like he's showing. Great. Now, where's the imagery of that? Where's the image of Antarctica as a continent? Oh, wait, you don't get it. That's the whole point, Wally. Now, can I ask a question? Even on a flat Earth, as you're seeing Antarctica as an ice wall, you could say, would you still be able to see high altitude satellites, you could say? Yes.
Yeah.
Not shape dependent. The guy's a total chuck nugget.
Kind of logical, really. And here is a nice nighttime time-lapse showing a whole pile of polar orbit satellites zipping by in the night sky. Thanks, Robert Schwartz.
Something just doesn't look right here.
And ever wonder why SpaceX launches from Vandenberg? It's to go over the South Pole.
No, it's to go out of view so they can literally crash into the ocean.
South over
Notice you still haven't shown us rockets in space, mate.
the water. They can't launch to the ISS from Vandenberg without flying over populated USA, which they kind of want to avoid.
Okay, but let's do it this way, PJ. Let's ask Lou, what is the sun? Yeah, what's the sun, guys?
What is the sun? That's the first thing you
It's
need
a
to...
nuclear.
Blow claims nuclear fusion. So
yes,
plasma.
nuclear
Right.
fusion. That's right.
Okay, great. How do you know the sun is plasma based on nuclear fusion in a vacuum?
We use spectroscopy, I think.
Which requires containment, yes.
Requires containment? Yes. What the? How the? Why the?
It's literally showing on screen now.
Now, spectroscopy is just taking any light, tossing it through a prism and looking at the various amounts of each frequency of light.
Literally on screen you got now. Containment, you complete idiot. Literally showing it.
But more particularly, we're looking for atomic absorption bands or atomic emission bands that are specific to each element, and that way we know that the light source contains those elements.
Yeah, so isolation of light in containment. The guy literally has it on screen, and he's telling me, nah.
Yeah.
It's like having a bank robber who just robbed the bank. He's got a gun in his one hand and the money in his other hand, and saying, I didn't rob the bank, while he's got it in his hand.
You see some basic spectroscopy at work.
Spectroscopy isolates light through prisms and containers. Yes, a spectrometer is still a... Okay, let me quickly do this. Woo! I still want to do actual video explaining spectroscopy to the people. So what do you have to say before we actually close off here?
Ryan?
Huh?
I'm asking Ryan if he's got anything to say. Maybe fell asleep.
Well, he's dishonest, if anything. I don't really have much to say. I mean, I didn't expect much. So.
No,
I hate to say that.
Kind of just going along with it, and I thought there was got to be a debate tonight. He obviously bottled it. just more trolling behaviour, isn't it? But yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about, does he?
I wonder what kind of excuse he's going to use for why he didn't show up.
Okay, let's see if I can quickly. There we go. Share screen. Okay. What is the difference between a spectrometer and a spectrophotometer? So, it measures reflection and transmission of light and object, usually in a wavelength range from about 360 nanometers to 760 nanometers. A spectrophotometer measures the full color spectrum and produces spectral color data that is typically not detected by the human eye. Now, allow all. You do know they actually do the same thing. The one's just more accurate, and they both require containment. So, all spectrophotometers contain a spectrometer. The latter measures the radiated matter of light, while the former measures the color it produces. A spectrometer is used a variety of analytical instruments, while a spectrophotometer is an all-inclusive system that contains a light source. It means it collects the light that has interacted with the test subject, and spectrometer for collecting those measurements. Now, I can give a whole stream on just this alone and explaining it's the same damn thing and requires containment, as I said. Like I said, I literally work with a spectrometer. So, yeah. It's just the one's a bit more accurate than the other.
Yeah, well, it's good to see the anti-flat earthers being honourable as usual. You know, timing up, being punctual, turning up to events that they say they've got to turn up to. Yeah, truthful as always, Flats. Truthful as always.
Truthful as always. I think after the spectrometer argument, we can end it.
Yeah.
I think we'll end off the spectrometer thing because I don't want to go on forever. I mean, literally after this, he's like bringing up mass attracting mass, which I'm not really in the mood for now because that's another thing on the boiling point. Representing me as well with the boiling point, by the way. Let's quickly get to that boiling point one, I think. Spectrometer, literally showing on screen, making my point, contained, blah, blah. Okay, listen to my point with the boiling water.
You're not showing. Flats, you're not showing.
See what I said? He misrepresents me.
You aren't sharing.
Yeah, no, I know, but he was just literally saying. So, degassing and degasification. So, first of all, what is my argument, guys? If I take a glass of water in a vacuum at ground level, we would see degassing and boiling of water. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Now I take that same glass of water and vacuum again, and doesn't matter what altitude I go away, in other words, away from center of mass of the Earth. It can be 100 kilometers for all I care. You get the exact same effect. You know why this is? Because gravity is not a force. Gravity is not a thing. Gravity doesn't even show a difference in effect on that. What does Mr. Wally try and do? Oh no, you don't know the difference between degassing and boiling. Yeah. And then he has the audacity to tell me, when you go on Mount Everest, it's only a little bit far away from the center of mass, so you won't have much difference in gravitational pull. Again, it was an analogy to say it doesn't matter how far away you are from center of mass, there is no change in your gravitational pull. That's the point. Literally misrepresenting what I said. Okay, and well, that's the whole argument, because then it just goes on to carry on with that, and then what is this argument at the end? Let's see what this one at the end is.
So,
that's
you're going from 6,371 kilometers to 6,381 kilometers.
So yeah, it was totally, literally just straw manning my argument and making shit up. So yeah, that was the stream, guys. What do you guys have to say about this?
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Would
I
have loved
enjoyed.
to
I
debate
enjoyed
Lewis
the debate.
Hamilton.
Yeah. I enjoyed the debate. I'm glad to see he was fair. I'm glad to see he didn't talk over you and stuff like that. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, just like I say, trolls behavior. But at least
Peanuts thinks. Sorry, I just got to correct. Peanut thinks water doesn't degas in a vacuum. It boils and degasses, mate. He doesn't get. You still get degassing in a vacuum. How do you degas something? Oh wait, you stick it in a vacuum. I don't know. Has anybody worked with resin molds before and you stick it in a vacuum chamber to get the bubbles out? What would that be? Oh, I don't know. Maybe trying to get the gas out?
Is it not in the words?
I've got no words. So yeah, it's insane. I would have loved to debate Bob or Timmy or Liam or Lee or whatever the guy's name is, but he never showed up. So I apologize for that, guys. Maybe
it's definitely not Lewis. It's definitely not Lewis.
Or Lewis, no, definitely. I would have loved to debate Lewis Hamilton on this. That would be like epic.
Absolutely. Definitely. He's got to be.
Yeah, you guys. But thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. At least we went through this really idiotic thing of where's Wally and showing the guy is a complete, like we said, chuff nugget. He's a knob. He doesn't even understand how things work. Yep, exactly, Alan. Metals will even degas in vacuums. It's insane. So, that's it, I guess. Closing statements, guys.
Sorry, I just noticed that Lumpy came in. I was reading Lumpy's comment. You're right, Lumpy.
Hey, Lumpy, what's up, man? Good to see you. He says, my hands literally require surgery. I've been a mechanist for a whole life, and I've been trying to simply get on with pain. I can't see my carpal tunnel is really bad after years of ignoring. That sucks, man. It's good to see you okay. It sucks that you have to go suffer through that, man. And I wish you all the best.
No. The globe heliocentrism model is terrible. Research flat Earth. Simple as that.
Metal degassing program. Let me just quickly, people don't believe me that metal can degas. So let's just get it on the screen because I don't know, people have some weird, I don't know, it's like they get, their hands just become weird that they can't go and do research and just check for themselves. You know, so we have to do it for them.
It's called petrifying.
Degassing also non-ferrous metal. Introducing inert gases such as argon and nitrogen into the molten metal can be used to remove hydrogen. An inert gas bubbles move up through the molten aluminium. Hydrogen diffuses into the inert gas bubbles and essentially disappears. What is metal degassing? Metal degassing is a technical intermediate step of aluminium production between the melting and casting of metals due to the reaction of water vapor, hydrogen, and mainly dissolved in liquid aluminium. Woo! Have you guys ever heard of cold welding before? Yeah, think of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, thank you for coming. I really got to get to bed now. Got to get up in 3 hours for exercise again. Exciting stuff.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
But I think tonight's show is also going to be a late one again. So I know for a lot of the people in the on the that side of the plane in America, they enjoy it because it's their type of time. But for the rest of us, you want to sleep.
I mean,
so,
it brings me to bedtime. So this later one kind of brings me to bedtime. So it's not too bad.
For you it's like 11. So for you it's fine.
Yeah.
Not that you sleep anyway.
No,
you're gonna go watch the whole series. You're gonna go watch now a whole series of Star Trek and drool over Spock.
Yeah, absolutely, and drool over his logic.
I know, right?
Exactly, Alan. Metal can cold well together in a vacuum. Exactly. Okay, so cheers, guys. Thanks all for coming. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate your support. Thank you, Roger, for your super chat, man. Thank you for everybody that hit the likes, even the dislikes. And thank you for coming and sharing the show if you have. So appreciate all the support. I really do appreciate you all. And I'll see you all tonight again for another epic stream. Hopefully, maybe he'll show up again. Hopefully that guy maybe will show up for the debate this time. If he does, if I reschedule it. Or we'll maybe do something else. Or maybe another Glober will be man enough to show up for a debate. I want to debate a bit. I miss it. Modern day debate is too scared to have me on. They keep asking, and as soon as I say yes, then they change their mind and get someone else.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe it's because they're too scared I'm going to bring up gas pressure out containment again, and the Globers have no rebuttal to that. I don't know. So, yeah. So I'll see you all tonight for another epic stream. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever, on this beautiful stationary plane.